We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
It was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
Will Smith might finally be stepping into his freedom era, and honey, the way Jada Pinkett Smith is spiraling says it all. For the first time in a long time, Will actually looks like he's enjoying life. Dancing on stage, kissing women, laughing like he's not married to one of Hollywood's most exhausting personalities. And now Jada, she's reportedly furious and ready to pull the plug on their marriage for real this time. Now, let's be clear, Will's new behavior isn't exactly innocent. He's out here on stage with singer India Martinez, looking like a man who just got released from a decade-long prison sentence. I mean, they were all up on each other like they were auditioning for Dancing with the Stars after dark. India was jumping into his arms backstage, sipping wine with him like their Instagram official, and the fans noticed. One person even said, "They make a cute couple. Shame she already has a partner." Is she still with Ismael Vasquez? Because she clearly wants the world to know she's with Will now.
No ronees tanto. No ronees tanto.
Ya lo sabe.
People online were split. Some were calling Will out for being messy and inappropriate, saying he looked like a drunk dad at karaoke, but others were cheering him on like, "Let that man live. His wife has embarrassed him enough." And let's not pretend like that's not true. Jada aired out every inch of their dirty laundry with her Red Table Talk mess, dragged his name through the mud with that entanglement situation, and even talked about his manhood like she was reviewing Amazon purchases. Yes, let's rewind. Jada literally went on record talking about how Will didn't measure up in the bedroom, saying a woman used to a baby leg won't be satisfied by a pinky toe. Girl, there are things you just don't say about your husband. But that's the kind of marriage Will's been trapped in, and honestly, this little onstage kiss might be the wake-up call he needed. And if you're wondering if Jada's reaction was swift, oh baby, it was. Word on the street is that the kiss with India Martinez was the final straw. Radar Online reported that the couple were quietly making arrangements to end their marriage again. Because yes, this isn't the first time these two have tried to call it quits. They've been married since 1997, separated since 2016, and Jada only recently confirmed it in her flop of a memoir, Worthy, which barely sold any copies. I mean, be honest, did you read it? Drop a comment if you actually made it through that pity parade. And while Jada's busy throwing herself a public pity party, Will's out here selling houses and recording albums. The couple recently dropped the price of one of their investment properties in Hidden Hills by $150,000 after it failed to sell. Another home in Maryland, near where Jada's mom lives, was also put up for sale. Looks like these two are trying to liquidate assets before calling the divorce lawyer, and we love some financial closure.
Will and Jada, they put their house up for sale a couple of months ago. It hasn't sold yet, and they just did a pretty big price drop. 4,100 square feet. It's sitting on a little 6,100 square foot lot. And look at that price cut. They just dropped the price 150 grand.
Back to India, though. She's not backing off, posting photos with Will, sipping wine, attending events. She's clearly not afraid of Jada. And Jada? Nowhere to be seen. Will was even solo at the Grammys earlier this year, taking pics with his kids while Jada was, well, missing. Probably scheming on her next memoir chapter. Will also just released his first full album in 20 years. And yes, it's loaded with emotional tracks, jabs at the Oscars slap, and subtle shots at Jada. In one song, he says, "Every heart will be broken, but what do we do with the pieces?" Phew, that's a line that stings a little, doesn't it? Chris Rock's brother was asked about the album, and let's just say he wasn't impressed. He straight up said it's trash. He addresses the Oscars. "It's a good time to be a comic," he joked. The shade was real and, honestly, deserved. Because why is Will trying to cash in on a slap heard around the world 2 years later? One track even features Jazzy Jeff singing, "I heard he won the Oscar but had to give it back." Spoiler alert, Will never gave it back. But the symbolism is loud and clear. He feels like the Academy stripped him of his dignity after that night. He also takes shots at the Academy directly, saying he'll never get nominated again. Well, when your Oscar moment ends in violence, people tend to remember that more than your acting. It doesn't stop there. After Zach posted his videos calling out the situation, James allegedly slid into his DMs asking him to take them down. Not to deny what was said, not to clarify, just to say, "Hey, Coachella is really busy for me right now. Can we talk later?" Sir, this is not about your festival schedule. This is about you possibly helping an alleged abuser hide out while his ex is publicly grieving what she says he put her through. And Zach, he wasn't having it. He went on TikTok and called James out directly. He brought up FaceTime calls where James was allegedly gassing Evan up, mocking Kayla, and acting like Evan had somehow won the breakup. He talked about DMS. He mentioned photos James allegedly sent Evan. And remember, Zach was still friends with Evan at the time. He says he saw all of it. That's why this is bigger than a he said, she said. The screenshots are coming. The videos are already out. And James, still radio silent. Fans are spiraling. People are flooding James's Instagram with comments, only for those comments to magically disappear. That's right. Users are saying James is deleting any comment that mentions Evan, Kayla, or this entire mess, which, if true, says more than any public statement could. Zach says James was told about what happened to Kayla the same day she ended things with Evan. He says James made a shady joke. "Can I have him now?" and later pretended like he had no contact with Evan at all. Then, allegedly, turned around and invited him over. People are furious, not just because James hasn't said anything, but because of what that silence seems to mean. People are asking, how are you going to pretend to support women, profit from being an ally, and then protect the guy your friend said hurt her? Even if James thought Evan was innocent, the right thing would have been to step back, not invite him into your home, hide his presence, and try to silence people who were trying to warn others. It's the same pattern we've seen before. The manipulative friendships, the younger guys, the PR-friendly silence when things get bad, the carefully curated Instagram stories about makeup and outfits, while the real drama simmers under the surface. And fans, they're tired. They're not